3 out of 4 innings, but the West Indian batsmen did not trust themselves. 3 out of 4 innings, or I should say 3/4 of the 4 innings that we batted, there were no real partnerships. That's until Roach and Moti came together in the first innings, and then Roach and Warrican came together and strung together 2 very, very crucial partnerships that put West Indies in the ascendancy. Then in the second innings, there was a 50-run opening stand, and Craig Braithwaite finally took responsibility. He finally took responsibility. He didn't need Louis to score a whole bunch of runs. But in the context of this match, that 50-run partnership was vital. The second wicket partnership between him and Django, 42 runs. Vital. The 51-run partnership between Imlach and Sinclair, crucial. Crucial. That's all we were asking the West Indian batsmen to do. You weren't going to score a whole lot of runs in Pakistan because of the conditions. But all the little partnerships were going to prove vital. As we just said in Guyana, 1-1 Dutty Bill Dam. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry. And as usual, we are talking everything West Indies cricket. Now, I couldn't do an episode at the end of the first test because I was down with the flu and I was down really, really hard. It's only today that I'm really, really feeling better. Since last Monday, I've been out, down and out. But I'm back. Got some uplifting from the West Indies. Got some uplifting from Manchester United over the weekend. I'm good to go again. Spirits are back up. Anyways, Jamel Warrican, when everyone counted him out, because even I didn't have him to start in this test series. I just didn't see him doing what he did. And when you're a player, this is what you have to do. You have to prove your doubters wrong. I am happy to be proven wrong. I didn't have Warrican being anywhere in the starting 11 in any of the 2 matches. And here we are. Warrican 19 wickets and finishing the series averaging in excess of 70 runs. Man of the series. Bowling like an old wily veteran. Understanding the conditions and doing what the conditions dictated that he needed to do. Doing something that West Indian spinners are not noted for doing. Slow the ball down. Give the ball some time in the air. Use your angles. Test the patience of the batsmen. And it was a pleasure watching the way how Warrican operated. And that is where I think Moti missed the trick. Not that Moti's contribution weren't vital, but I don't think he bowled well. He just needed to look at Warrican and take a few pages out of Warrican's book. Slow the ball down. Let the batsmen make all the pace. Brilliant bowling by Warrican. Man of the Series award truly deserved. That is what we've been waiting for. Now it's time for when you go into a series and the pitches do not necessarily suit you, the conditions do not necessarily dictate this is how things are going to go, you figure it out. That is what I want to see from Moti. This is what I want to see from Sinclair. That is what I want to see from Warrican consistently. When you look at all the great spinners, the Shane Warne, the Nathan Lyons, and all these guys, Mutaimer, Litteran, they made the conditions work for them. The conditions didn't have to be ideal, but they made it work for them. Finally, a word for Craig Braithwaite. I think for the duration of Braithwaite's career, he's been, it seems like, this is what it seems like to me. Yes, it's easy to say this is how he bats. But to me, it seems like he's been afraid to let himself go. he's been afraid because it seems like, okay, this is the current condition of the West Indies team. If I lose my wicket, everything crumbles. Yes, it crumbles regardless, Craig. It crumbles regardless. Go out there, feel free, do your thing. That was a brilliant knock. That was a brilliant knock. You did what the match required. And I personally knew from the moment he got to about 37, 38, Pakistan had lost that game. As I was watching that innings and I was watching the Pakistanis' body language, because they expected in the second innings to come back and repeat what they did in the first innings and run through the West Indies top order and probably run through the whole batting order. But it didn't work out for them. And you can see their shoulders were dropping, their heads were dropping. They didn't look like they had an idea on how to go about getting things done. And that 52 that he made was crucial. And that is where, in my opinion, that is where Pakistan lost that game. Amir Jangu, it's a tough debut. But you did your part when called upon in the second innings. Thought that was a crucial knock also. You showed that you can play in the toughest of conditions. And I don't see anything but good things to Jangu on the horizon. Going forward, any West Indies 11 that struts out there, Jangu needs to be at number 3. Casey Carty needs to come back to the first class cricket and reevaluate things. Tevin Imlach showed that he belongs at the international level. Save for that rash of blood that I think what Imlach did in the first innings was he premeditated that shot. It was a full ball, an off stump, that all it required was him to push it down to long off and take a single. And for some reason, he felt he had to sweep. It looked like that was his plan. I don't care what the line is. I don't care what the length is. I'm sweeping. And he paid for it. But he came back in the second innings and he showed some steel. I can't say Joshua Da Silva would have done the same had he played. I cannot say Joshua Da Silva would have done the same. Kudos to Andre Coley and Craig Braithwaite for making that bold, brave decision. I've been calling for it for a while. Imlach's glove work was sublime, supreme, clean, on a difficult track. So Coley goes out on a high. Kudos to him. Now, a lot of these players have got to come back to the West Indies because Australia's on the horizon. June, July is right around the corner. And before you know it, it's here. But a lot of these players have got to come back and get their minds right for that tournament against Australia. Now, let me know your thoughts on the series. Let me know what you would have liked to see differently. You know, what were the positives? I think there were lots of little positives in there, but let's chop it up down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and once again, let's chop it up down in the comments. I am your host, Kevin Henry, for the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. Have a great week.